In this week's Parshat Ekev, we have the only mitzvah, the only blessing which is a mitzvah from the Torah. Birkat HaMazon, the blessing we say after food. This is the only blessing which is from the Torah law. Maybe also the blessing we say before learning. But this is the only blessing which is written in the Torah. The rest of the blessings are a rabbinical law. What is so special about this blessing, Birkat HaMazon? How does it fit into Sefer Dvarim? Or maybe we should ask a different question. What is the purpose of Sefer Dvarim? What's the theme through the whole book? And how is it so relevant to our life? The nation were in the desert for 40 years. They were surrounded by a spiritual environment. They had manna every day. They had clouds around them. Moshe Rabbeinu was living among them, could teach them Torah whenever they want. In a few weeks, they'll be going into the land of Israel. They'll have to work the land. They'll have neighbors. Instead of clouds, they'll have neighbors that don't follow the rules of the Torah. They worship idols that might influence the Jewish nation. How does Moshe Rabbeinu, or how do we make sure we keep our spirituality in this world? Or is there a contradiction between them? We are used to seeing a contradiction. You can all be spiritual, all be idols. You can all learn Torah in the tent of Torah, disconnect yourself from all of the world, or work the land, build houses, be influenced by neighbors, and chas v'chalila go into worshipping idols like the neighbors. This parasha has an interesting pasuk in it. Hashem says, I gave you manna in the desert for 40 years, so you know that a man doesn't live only on bread. Ki lo al halechem levado yichyeh ha'adam. Rather, a man lives on whatever Hashem says. Ki al kol motza pi Hashem yichyeh ha'adam. We usually understand it as we live according to what Hashem says. We can also understand that we live if we follow what Hashem says. By learning Torah. It's not just food that we eat that makes us live. Also Torah makes us alive. We need both of them. Ki lo al halechem levado. Not only bread, also we need to bring inside us the words of Hashem. And that is the interesting mitzvah of Birkat HaMazon. Ve'achalta ve'savata, eat and then be satisfied, and then uverachta et Hashem Elokecha. And in a moment we'll go to the end of the pasuk. Eat, be satisfied, and bless Hashem. Realize that eating doesn't disconnect you to Hashem. Take the food. Take the fact that we are satisfied by eating, and with that, bless Hashem. The pasuk continues, Al haaretz hatova asher natan lach. Bless Hashem for what? Not just giving us food, for giving us this great land of Israel, giving us the ability to work in the land, to plant trees, to build houses, this good land. Bless Hashem also on that. And Birkat HaMazon, which is the only blessing from the Torah, which comes to something which feels so not spiritual, something we share with the animals, eating. The Torah says to us, that thing, eating, being in the land, working in the land, building houses, planting trees, that thing, use it to bless Hashem. Take the powers we think might are unspiritual and use them to build a spiritual palace. The theme of Sefer Dvarim is how to take the desert into the land of Israel. How to take the spiritual great level and build it in the land of Israel. Make it something actual, not clouds that can be blown out by the wind, or when Moshe Rabbeinu passes away, they stop. Build it into something actual, something that you can see, something you can eat, something you can live in, like the land, like food. This is the idea of Birkat HaMazon. This is one of the main themes in Sefer Dvarim, and this is such a relevant lesson for our days. Take this physical world and use it, bring the spirituality into it, uplift the world, bless Hashem by eating.